My monthly DCBS comic book and graphic novel haul, plus a couple of albums. Welcome to Garage Geek. On the way home from Target, my husband and I stopped at a local record store. And then, when we got home, I had my monthly comic book order waiting for me on the porch. I was very excited. So first I'm going to show a couple of comics that I bought for my husband, which is King Kong, The Great War, Maleficent, cover by Jay Lee. Now, I'm a huge Jay Lee fan. I don't know if my husband is, but I've been getting him some of the Jay Lee covers. I also got him Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons. This one looks interesting. I wonder if it takes place during the time of pirates. The interior art is kind of nice too. I bought him the Batman Scooby-Doo Adventures. Shaggy says, that's what I call a bright idea. And the symbol is Scooby-Doo. The last one I let my husband choose. So I bought 2 issues of Wonder Woman, the 800th issue. I liked both, but I really did order him this one because he loves the show, and this shows Diana Prince twirling and becoming Wonder Woman, and it's a foil cover. Even the back is cool. Look at that. But I asked him, I was like, which one do you want? Because the art on this one is also really cool, and he chose the foil, and I was like, I kind of like that foil cover. Next, I picked up this. These are mine now. This is a Black Panther. I love that cover. Here's an Alex Ross Doctor Strange cover. Here's another Black Panther. I bought too many Black Panthers, but I love these kind of covers. I've got a couple of these. They're made up of all tiny comic images put together. These are facsimile editions of these 2 iconic issues. Now, I read these as a kid. My older brother had them. It is so awesome to have these in my collection. I believe both of these Joker covers are by Lee Bermejo. I just enthralled by the realism of his and the grittiness of his covers. And this is The Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 9. And this is The Joker Uncovered, number 1. And that's pretty awesome. Mind you of A Christmas Story. Here is what I thought was a beautiful image of the Scarlet Witch. This is Doctor Strange, number 5, the Hellfire Gala Variant Edition. The art is by Dustin Wen. Here's another facsimile edition. I believe it's the first appearance of the Doom Patrol. I'm so happy to get any facsimile editions. This is Fantastic Four 8 and 9, both covers by Alex Ross. There are a bunch of these, but I didn't buy many of them. I absolutely love George Perez as an artist, but I just wasn't digging them for the most part. I don't know why, but I did pick this one up. And this was a Dark Horse comic. Not literally, it's an IDW comic, but I was just kind of fascinated by that image on the cover. It's so dark. So let's see what the interior art is like. This is issue number 1. Oh, wow. I opened it up and look at that. Okay, this interior art is stunning. Oh, wow. Look at this. Whoa, I might be a fan. Okay, this one is going to be really easy to read. There's hardly any words on any of the pages. This might just be all art. Oh, this is cool. They give what do they call it? It's basically without trade dress. It's not a virgin cover. I forget what it's called. The rest of what I bought were mostly Epic Collections, but there's one other item. Now, I'm really trying to limit my spending by not buying a whole bunch of stuff. I've been sticking to Epic Collections. There's so many great things to buy out there. Larry's Library just did a review on Twilight Zone. I forget what it's called, but it's basically about Rod Serling's life, and he gave it 10 out of 10. And then Sleepyhead Reader 666. No, his name is Sleepy Reader 666. I always make that mistake. Such an awesome guy. He seconded it. He said it was an amazing read. So I need to pick up some independent comics, but it just until I get my finances under control. But you're going to see, I broke my rule. You're going to see why. Every month they are pumping out these Epic Collections. Now, the problem is most of it is 90s. And I'm not a big fan of the comics in the 90s. But here we have X-Force called Armageddon Now. And this one is volume 8 from 98 to 2000. And art in this one is actually pretty good. We have Generation X, Volume 3 from 97 to 98. And this one is called The Secret of M. The art isn't so bad on this either. But here we have the gold. This is the best of the bunch. This is Captain America, Volume 5 from 1973 to 1974. This is the stuff that you really have to have. So I'm very happy. Of all of these, this is the best. And it's called The Secret Empire. Again, it's from 73 to 74. So here we got a 90s Wolverine, 93 to 94, Volume 7. I mean, the art in this one isn't bad, but it can be. I mean, here we have the New Mutants, 85 to 86, and this stuff is actually, the art in this is really interesting. And finally, we have Deadpool. Now, the interesting thing about Deadpool is I haven't read any of the comics. This is Volume 4 from 98 to 99. I'm actually looking forward to doing a deep dive into Deadpool. Now, Deadpool, so far, Volume 1, Volume 2, and now Volume 4 is out. When there's a solid enough run, then I'll go ahead and dive into those. I got one magazine, this Monster Bash. This is issue number 50. And it's got those great images. And then this is where I broke my own rule. I really like compendiums. This is actually the first one that I bought. They put so many issues together, and I love this format. I like it actually more than the hardcovers, and I know that might be blasphemous to some people. This contains issues 1 through 43 of this series, and I really, really want to read this Black Science by Image Comics. I was late to getting this, and I got one of the hardcovers, and I never read it because I couldn't get the other one. The other one was out of print. And so I'm really glad to be able to have this in a solid run of 43 issues. On the way home, I stopped at a very small local record shop, and their prices are a little bit high, but I always make a point to buy some records while I'm there to support them. So the first one I picked up was this, The Age of Electronicus. This cover is too crazy. And it was $6, and I figured that this should be a couple bucks at most, but oh well. And it has these Moog versions of Obladi, Oblada, Aquarius, Both Sides Now, Blackbird, Green Onions. I'm looking forward to spinning that. And the other three I bought. I actually bought one more that I'm not going to show, and there's a reason for that. It will be revealed in time. The rest I bought, they were Windham Hill. They were all $5 each, but they were in really good condition, so I decided to pay a little extra for them. And this is Tideline, Winter into Spring. I'm very interested in hearing more George Winston. And Chiaroscuro. So those were my vinyl pickups and my comic haul. What do you think? Which comic cover was your favorite? Please leave any comments below, and I want to thank you for your support.